Hi guys, welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Jo Labbé, and I am here to do healing and give divine messages. I guess that's the best way I could describe it this evening. So I'm typing while I'm talking, which doesn't work well for those of you who know my channeling abilities. It's in one part of the brain and the typing is in the other. So I just wanted to say good evening. Hi, Margaret. Nice to see you. Glad to see you in the house. Hi, Mary. Welcome, welcome. So we are starting this evening. It's been interesting energy. I don't know about you guys, but today has been some energy of change and energy of new beginnings. It's a really interesting time energetically. The solar eclipse started some stuff on Saturday, and we're starting to make our way through it. Hi, Shelly. Welcome, Goddess Sister. Nice to see you. So tonight is all about you. This is your chance to connect to your spiritual team, your angels, your guides, and to guide anything that you would like to heal or change in your life. So you can set an intention around anything. If you want to get clarity on your job or how to get out of your own way, starting your own business, you can ask your spiritual team to go through this healing and help release anything that you are doing to block yourself from your fullest self. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. Hi, Crystal. Yes, and Crystal knows the drill. So after we do the healing meditation, make sure if you would like a card drawn or a message for you to just say yes, please, or ask for a card, and that will allow me to know who would like some inspiration, who would like a message from your spiritual team. I used the cards this week. This month I've been using the Peace Oracle. Trying to get the glare off. There you go. And the Peace Oracle is by Tony Carmen Salerno and Leela Williams. So if you would like a card, just, ask for one and I'll make sure to do that. Nice, Lindsay. I'm glad you're watching the archives. Good to go to the gym. We've got to take care of our spiritual body, as we go. My goodness. Nice. Look at this group here already. Margaret and Shelly and Lindsay, Mary and Neshi. Hi, Rob. Nice to see you too. Of course, I'll pull for you guys. Oh, thank you, Crystal. I'm glad you enjoyed yesterday's meditation. Yes, I thought it was really powerful as well. Yesterday's meditation, if you missed chakra sessions, was healing and information on how to release your repressed anger. Can't imagine anybody might need that, right? So if you missed it, don't worry. You can watch it in the archives on my chakra sessions page, or go to our YouTube channel and look for Star Nations Radio Network as part of the YouTube channel listing, and you'll find me with Soul Connections are the Wednesday night healings, but chakra sessions are very specific healings for different types of things. And this week was repressed anger, and boy, we moved a lot as a group. And we even had somebody come in from the other side to join us. So that was really cool. My goodness, there's a whole bunch. Hi, Adrian, Deborah. Oh, Rob is trying to restring Marvin, so I understand. Yes, Shelly, it was powerful. I felt the side effects for a little while yesterday, which sometimes happens, but boy, it was a strong one. I think because there's so many people who have repressed anger. And just so you guys know the drill, I will pull the cards in the order that people ask. So if you ask once, try not to ask again, because I only want to pull one card per person, so that way we are moving through quickly, and it takes a little while for me to scroll. And I am one of those people who, you know, when I'm channeling, it's hard for me to be in the thinking brain. So that's the only way I can pull the cards easily. And, you know, as part of getting the word out about this broadcast, really, you know, if you could like and share this to your page or to any group that you think might enjoy it, please do, because that allows us to show up in your news feed. It allows Facebook to see that you guys want to see this type of show, and it allows it to show up, like I said, in the news feed more regularly. I love that, Adrian. Repressed anger? Me? Nah, I need to watch from the archives. Maybe the YouTube channel. Oh, yeah, it was a good one, I'll tell you. So, for those of you who have not been here for the show before, we are going to do the meditation first, and then I will pull the cards after. So continue to scroll in, you know, if you want a card. If you're watching this afterwards, you know, in the archives after the broadcast, you can still type in for a card. No, I'm going away this weekend, so, you know, there might be a little delay if it's, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but I will still get a card out to you. I'm going to bring the cards with me on my trip, and that way I can still do that for you. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Shelly. I'm glad. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. Yeah, because it's really nice when we have a good group. And we will go, I will do the cards until we're done. So it's been going until like 8:30, sometimes even a little longer than that, because I feel like it's important. If you're here and you're checking in with your team and you really want some guidance, you know, I'm here to help facilitate that. So with that, let's get started on the meditation. So to do that, you're going to want to get comfortable. You're going to want your arms and your legs uncrossed. And in addition to that, I just want to let you know, if you haven't listened before, I am going to be making clearing noises. It can sound like burps or squawks. You might even hear native talking that sounds like a male or a female through me. That happens sometimes. So, you know, all of that is allowing the energy to move for us as a group, whether you're doing it right now live with us, or whether you're doing it with us in the future, watching it in the archives, because my spiritual team uses my voice and my vibration to send it out to anybody, you know, in need. So get comfy, guys. So we're going to start by calling in the divine, however you perceive that. Whether it is you connect through God or Goddess, whether you connect through Great Spirit. Deb, nice to see you. Or if you connect to the oneness or consciousness, call in right now your version, your connection to the divine, because we each have our own unique way of doing that. And we're going to ask the divine to surround and protect us in a bubble of infinite love and infinite light. To give us a sacred space where we can connect with our spiritual team and to facilitate our personal healing journey on this evening. Yeah. And we're going to call in your spiritual team, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, the ascended masters, your animal totems, any and all divine that you connect with of the highest and fullest and brightest vibration available to you and to me in this moment of now. Yeah. And as always, we set the intention that this healing is for the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we begin by calling in the divine energy to move in through our crown and through the top of our head, to begin to clear any spinning thoughts, ideas, beliefs, or patterns that are causing us distraction or pulling us out of the present moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we want to call back any energy that we have left in the past. Anything that we continue to worry about from the past, or any energy where we spin in the would've, could've, should've. And we ask that that energy return back to this moment with each breath that we take.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to also call our energy back from the future. Anything that we are worrying about that might happen, our to-do lists, anything that has us distracted or looking ahead, we're going to just call that gently back into our center.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to ask our spiritual team to expand our communication and our connection to them by creating clarity in our third eye and asking all of our senses to work together as a team so that we have all the information we need to make choices and decisions and to take action in our lives.
Yeah. Okay.
We also ask that our eyes be cleared so that we can see things clearly without the smoke of our past interpretations.
Yeah.
And simply be in each moment of now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And as our spiritual team opens our pathways of communication, being open to new possibilities in how we receive our information and our messages from them, our nudges, our synchronicities, opening the ears so that we can hear clearly not only our spiritual team, but others that we communicate with, the meaning behind the words, not just the words themselves.
Yeah.
And also so we may be heard by others clearly by what we need and desire and want in our lives.
Yeah.
And opening up the throat and allowing space for our authentic truth to be spoken gently with ease and grace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Giving us the opportunity to express who we are in each and every moment, in all the versions that we have of ourselves.
Yeah.
Opening our creativity so that we can write our own story in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Releasing the stress and the tension that you may be holding onto in your neck and in your shoulders from all the ways that you've had to hold yourself back from being your true self.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Really beginning to clear out your lungs so that you can breathe in your life fully. Take a couple of deep breaths and really blow out any stuck air that you may have held on to in anxiety or stress.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And opening your heart and allowing space for all of your old grief and disappointment and sadness to gently dissolve. Making room for your inner child to bring you joy and wonderment and excitement in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Releasing the child from any trauma that it may be carrying for you from your childhood or beyond. Really allow the child's space to stretch and grow and return to their full, joyful, playful self.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And releasing your inner adult from all the responsibilities and stress that it's been carrying, all of the things to be done, and all those moments where it gets caught in the doing rather than the being.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just giving the adult space to return back to center,
Yeah.
back to self.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And releasing the inner warrior from the hypervigilance and the need to defend in this moment of now. For at this moment, you are safe and surrounded in infinite love and infinite light. You can gently allow space for your warrior to relax and be peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and opening and clearing your connection to your inner sage, that wise one that you've carried with you in each and every lifetime. Giving yourself space to hear all the wisdom that you've accumulated in each and every lifetime, and allowing that wisdom to pop into your awareness whenever you need it.
Yeah.
So that when you are able to trust yourself and feel the fullness of who you truly are.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Bringing the energy down into the belly, into the solar plexus or the third chakra, and really allowing yourself to release any energy that is squeezing who you are, squeezing your self-esteem or squeezing your self-worth.
Yeah.
Releasing any fear or anxiety that you may have held onto in the belly.
Yeah.
And any anger in all its variations, whether it's frustration or resentment or judgment, even righteous anger.
Yeah.
Allowing space for your whole body to release in that third chakra, but also all the way down your spine. Anywhere you may be holding on to it, whether behind your neck or in between your shoulder blades, in your middle back, your lower back, even maybe down near your tailbone, just allowing any of that fear or anger to gently dissolve, anything that you're ready and willing to let go of.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
And allowing the energy to move down into the second chakra and really allowing yourself to release any emotions that you've held on to, allowing your water within you to return back into balance, into the natural ebb and flow that it is meant to take and meant to be in, the natural giving and taking, or giving and receiving that happens in a harmonious relationship with others.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And releasing any abuse or trauma that you may be holding on to for yourself or for others, any addictions that have affected you or your family. For addictions are simply unbalanced relationships. And so bringing everything back to center, to the best of your ability in this moment.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And releasing any cords of attachment that you may have to others in relationships that don't serve you anymore, that cause one or the other to deplete energy.
Yeah.
Releasing that so you may be fully in your own energy at all times, aware of others, but not absorbed or enmeshed in others.
Yeah. Yeah.
And allowing the energy to move down both of your legs and into your first chakra, to your tailbone, or near your tailbone. Really releasing any energy of insecurity that you may have, anything that has caused you to feel unsafe at any point in your life,
Yeah.
whether with family or in your house or in your job, with your finances, anything that has knocked you off balance or caused you to feel wobbly in your life, and really allowing that to release.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And as the energy moves down both of your hips and down your legs, just knowing that all of the energy is going to go into the beautiful earth to be composted and turned into lovely new water and air and food for us to eat. For the more we let go, the more we heal the planet.
Yeah.
So the more you are willing to release, the more you give back.
Yeah.
And allowing the energy to go down through both of your feet. You can imagine these giant roots taking hold underneath your feet, like a sequoia tree, through layers and miles of the earth. Or you can imagine a giant cord of connection connecting you to the heartbeat of the earth, like a giant umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Coming from your tailbone or your belly button or your heart, whatever resonates for you, just allowing your energy to fully connect beneath you into the earth, into the divine, into the very molten lava center. And as your energy goes into the center, allowing it to wrap around something sturdy like a rock or a crystal or a tree root, or maybe even wrap around the center, around the heart of the mother.
Yeah.
And now we're going to invite the divine feminine energy that is contained in that original creation energy in the molten lava center, and allow it to begin to come up through our roots and through our body to fill all those nooks and crannies where you were willing to let go, and filling us with infinite possibilities and healing in the fullest, brightest way available to us. So you may feel it as warmth or like honey, or maybe even more like mud filling in the spaces. But feel it as it moves up your feet and your ankles and into your calves, clearing away all the times that we have been unable to be flexible in our lives, or held firmly, resisted. Just allow the resistance to melt away in this moment. Moving up the legs and into the pelvic floor, into your belly. moving it all the way up and really cleansing and clearing and filling all the organs, loving and supporting them so that they can move gently and in your own natural rhythm.
Yeah.
Filling in your spinal column so that you feel loved and supported.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And then moving up through your lungs and filling in your beautiful heart in all the chambers and all the layers and all the dimensions.
Yeah.
Allowing your heart to stretch and grow so that it can hold even more love and compassion for yourself and also to share with others.
Yeah. Yeah.
And allow that energy to move down your shoulders and your arms
Yeah.
into your hands so that you can heal everything you touch if you so choose.
Yeah.
Filling in your shoulders and your throat with your authentic truth, your heart's truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And into your jaw and up into your head, filling your eyes and your ears, your crown. And allowing the energy to cascade over you like a giant waterfall. And as it flows over your skin, it also cleanses and repairs your aura in all of its layers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Any tears or holes created by trauma or weak boundaries,
Yeah.
remembering the importance of a strong aura is our immune system. So creating that strong immune system around us.
Yeah.
Through all the layers, the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, even through our past lives and through all our karmic debt.
Yeah.
Creating balance and harmony in all aspects of our energy body.
Yeah.
And now taking a moment to send healing energy down to Mother Earth, releasing any energy we do not need and sending it back to her to help her heal in all of her layers and vibrations. For we live within her aura. So sending her healing is sending us healing as well.
Yeah.
And then taking a moment to send healing to all of those who've prayed for healing, for their highest and best energy. Once again, for the good of all and harm to none.
Yeah.
Now gently begin to bring your energy back within your physical body. Begin to notice the weight of your body on the chair or the bed, however you may be, on the floor.
Yeah.
Feel the texture of the clothes on your body. Notice the sounds around you, the light. Maybe you smell something like a candle burning.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, guys. So I'm going to start pulling cards in a moment. But there were a couple comments that kind of caught my eye. Thank you, Shelley. I am hoping that that is very true. You are welcome. I enjoy covering all of these topics. And kisses back at you, Deb. Yes, I will pull cards in just a second. Cindy Lynn said 4 crows flew right by her as I said the release. Yes, crows are very good messengers for sending the energy over to the divine. So that's a really great sign. I'm really glad that happened. Delete, 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 release, release, release. Yes, perfect. I'm glad you were doing that. And oh, you need a stronger, better immune system dealing with fevers and pain all over for my fibromyalgia. Well, Cindy Lynn, just, as a side note, you guys know that I channel the recipes for the healing remedies. It's a little hard to see with the light. But I have one that is for immune support, and it's specifically for that. So you can order that right on my Trinity Healing Sanctuaries website. Yes, my inner warrior called me to do the breath. That just sort of happens. It's always fun when spirit takes over and has me doing what they want for me. So let's get this evening started. So if you'd like a card or a message pull, just type in yes, please, and I will do that. And we're going to start. I go just right in order. It's the only way I can stay on top of it. So I'm going to hide my name so we can see more of you. So Crystal is asking for a card first. So Crystal, your card is Treasure. And this is a cool card because it has a twofold message. So the first part of the message is that, sweetheart, you are the treasure. You are a treasure for other people. You fill people's lives with something special that they need. And so you are the treasure. And often you are the treasure that you're seeking. When we're looking outside of ourselves for gratification, or we're looking outside of ourselves for validation, it really all resides right within you. So just remember that you are a treasure. And then this is also about, there is some abundance headed your way. You're going to have to uncover it, though. That's part of the fun of treasure, is that you have to seek it in new and different ways. But when you use persistence and due diligence, the treasure shows up. And it's always even more than you expected when your heart and your soul are in the looking and the seeking. But remember, it's not always about money. It's often about knowledge and self-awareness. So there you have that, sweetheart. All right, Lindsay Jerome. It was good to talk to you today, too. I'm glad we had that opportunity. So I know you can't really see this card because of how long your thing is, but your card, sweetie, is awakening. So no surprise that you're starting to go through this spiritual awakening. Hence the reason you're starting this school in the fall, because your soul is ready. Your soul is ready for this next version of you. You are on your Saturn return, which happens, when we're in our, mid-20s, we start to come into this awareness of, I get to choose my own life. I don't have to follow what everybody else wants for me. And so there's this awakening of possibilities that are showing up because you followed everybody else's possibilities up until now. So this is a time of awakening, and really reach into that and get juicy with that. And I know you'll have even more of these aha moments this weekend, or next week, as you guys go to, the warrior goddess, or I can't remember what it's called, festival, Wild Woman Festival that's happening, because you're going to get to tap into that like awake self at that, and you're going to have just a blast. I know that'll be perfect. So I look forward to that for you. Shelly. Nice. Your card is Timeless Earth, which is cool. So there's a sense sometimes when we're here in the physical plane of like things having to be done in a certain order by a certain time and all these deadlines, or we're going to miss out. We're eternal, we're divine, and there is no true time. Maybe for the physical vessel that we're in, but we are divine beings. And because of that, everything happens in perfect divine timing. And when we resist it, that's when it takes longer for it to show up. And resistance often shows up for us when we're trying to make it happen. I'm going to make this happen. Well, probably not, or at least not very quickly, and with a lot of stress and hard work. But remember, when you tap into your truth and your heart and your fullness, everything just unfolds. It's like it's a red carpet rolling out and unfolding for you. So don't forget the divinity that you are, and your own ability to create on whatever timetable is necessary. But again, it's not making it happen. It's opening yourself up to the creative possibilities. All right. Nice job, goddess sister. All right. Margaret Spooner. Your card is Reflection, my dear. So reflection is a time when we look back at the past, and we need to do this in a very present kind of way, because sometimes we can get like spinning about what happened before and whatnot, and then we drag our energy back into that time period. We start spinning into the time period. But this is a time to sort of like look back to what you've been through and the lessons that you were being taught as you were going through things. And when we reflect on the lessons that we've learned along the way, then we don't have to repeat the lessons. So when you can look back on old events and find the glimmer of the lesson or the reason it happened and what beautiful thing it created next, then we move into an energy of gratitude for those things, even if they felt traumatic at the time. And so you're in a space now where you can reflect back on some of those things and look for the hidden lesson and look for the gift underneath, because that propels us forward on our healing journey even more when we are, when we forgive ourselves for the past that we created. Nice. All right, Mary. Your card, my dear, is Resolution. Nice. Resolution can be a really good thing, especially if you've had a lot of stuff coming up This means that something is coming to a conclusion. And it sometimes is a compromise. It's not always, one way or another. But a resolution is, okay, this is where we are and this is where we need to be. And so we've each got to compromise and come together. But it creates an ending to something that was chaotic and allows it to kind of be like done and over so that you can move forward. Because if we stay in that energy, we just sort of spin and spin. And so this is perfect. So be looking for some healthy endings. And in the moment, they may not feel healthy. They may feel like traumatic or abrupt or something like that. But just really allow space that this is coming to an end for a beautiful reason so that you can move forward and that others can move forward too. Because sometimes we, cling on too long and we resist the change. So this is all about that coming together. So nice work. I'm glad for you. Yes. Hi, Neshi. You guys are so welcome. Okay, Rob. We'll start with you. So Rob, your card is acceptance. So acceptance is kind of like what it sounds like. That when we stop belly aching over what is going on in our lives and all the complaining, and we just accept that our life is the way it is at this moment because that's how it's meant to be. There's some lesson to learn, there's some growing to do, and that's how it is. When we're wishing it was something else or we're I'm just seeing whining and complaining. Not that I see you doing that, but I see others around you kind of like, why do we have to do it this way? When you're in that energy, it drags you down, and it's exhausting, to be truthful. So when you just accept, like, okay, this is how my life is right this second, and maybe it's a little uncomfortable, but there's something better on the other side of this, so I can deal with this. I can make it through this. That's the energy that you need to look at and need to be in. Cool. So the card for Julie is release. So I hope you listened to the whole meditation, Julie, because it was all about release, release, release. And if it didn't feel like enough releasing for you, then watch Chakra Sessions, Release Your Anger from Tuesday, because there was a lot of releasing in that as well. This is, holding on to old stuff. We resist the change. We're like, haven't I been through enough? And why do I have to keep going through this? Ugh. Release. Let it go. Release the need to know why you've gone through what you've gone through. Because you're not in a time of reflection right now. You're in the time of letting that go. 3 months from now, you'll be able to look back and find the gifts. But right now, you're clinging on to that energy, that old energy, and letting it the only word that's coming through is victimize you. So that energy is coming in and it's beating you down, and that needs to go because you are worth so much more than that, than allowing this energy to push you down like that. And so cut the cord, release it, know that there's a lesson from it, move forward, and in a few months, you'll be able to look back at this and go, oh, that was teaching me that. That was teaching me resilience. That was teaching me patience. That was teaching me my personal power. Okay? So sorry that was a little harsh, but spirit is how spirit is, and you know how that goes. So there you go, my dear. Mary. Ooh. And I will pull for one for John too. So Mary, your card is fertility right now. So fertility is all about creative ideas. They're like percolating and coming together, and it's all sorts of real creation energy. And this is a time for you to sort of birth new ideas and you know, really be in creation mode, whether it's creating music or art or, you know, cool things to eat or new clothes or, you know, or creating a new job or creating a, you know, anything. This is that time for you, like really digging in and using your creativity, because, you know, your inner child's been a little bored, and hasn't been able to play with creativity quite enough recently. So maybe I don't know what your thing is, whether you draw or paint or, you know, blow bubbles or whatever it is. But I do remember you used to do like set designs and stuff like that. So this is that type of energy. So really allow your creative juices to flow and see where it could take you. All right, and John, your card is persistence. Nice. So I don't know if you can see that the tree has a heart in the middle of it. So persistence is sometimes you've got to stand strong through everything that's going on in your life, but you just keep at it and you keep at it, because good things sometimes have to happen through practice and repetition. And, you know, having a positive outlook and a big heart and just sharing it, even though you've got to be this strong, you know, tree trunk, you know, you've got to be, you've got, you know, this part of you that needs to be strong, but a tree can stand up against all the winds that blow it and really, you know, create chaos sometimes around it, but the tree is still standing. So just really hang in there and really keep at it, because persistence does pay off. It, you know, may feel like it's going nowhere, but it really is. It's just happening in like divine timing, and so we can't always see it as it's unfolding. But just trust that it is, because that's what persistence is all about. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Deborah, of course. So, Deborah, your card is healing. So, healing is very much that. This is a time where you are healing. And maybe it's not an emotional or a physical thing. Maybe it's a spiritual thing. But for now, you are in this space where you need to do a lot of self-care, because your whole energy body is going through a transition. And as you go through the transition, sometimes we have to like let the divine do its work. And so our job is to do our self-care, make sure we're eating properly, making sure we get enough rest, getting exercise or moving around, drinking a lot of water, and really taking some quiet time to allow yourself to heal. You know, I'm seeing like yummy naps with comfy blankets, or just sitting out on the deck in the sunshine or something. It's allowing yourself that breathing time and letting your body have the chance to heal, because, you know, we go through stuff and then, you know, it's that time to just let it all kind of release and heal. So yeah, I can't think of a better word than heal, sweetie, but it's really it's through so many layers. It's like physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, all of that. It's like moving on out through your energy body, especially from the belly out, which is all about your personal power. Nice. All right, Rochelle, nice to see you here tonight. And Rochelle, your card is priority. So when priority shows up, it often means that we're getting distracted by other people's stuff. We're getting pulled to do things for them, and we're not making ourselves a priority. And it's time to sit back and reevaluate what needs to be done and when. And can you delegate to other people those things that you don't really need to do? If it's not in alignment with your soul and your soul's journey, then delegate it or pay somebody else to do it, whatever you need to do. But you've said yes to a number of things that you maybe should have said no to that weren't for you, but because you felt guilty, like you should help somebody else. So those are the things that we get sucked into. And I know that your word means something, but there might be another solution. Maybe somebody else could share time with you so it's not all on your shoulders. And just really create, make yourself a priority. And then when you filled yourself up, then you have time to help other people. It can't be the other way around. You can't fill other people until you're drained and then try to hope to make up for it, because that's when we end up sick. Hi, Ellen. Nice to see you. Yes, I will pull a card for you. Ah, nice. So your card, dear, is self-mastery. So you're going through a phase where you're starting to learn how to take care of yourself, and you're starting to learn how to heal yourself, and you're starting to learn how to be resilient, to not need other people to take care of you, but more where you get to choose who can help you when you need it. So it's rather going from sort of like a clingy, I need you to take care of me, I need you to love me, to I love you, so I want to spend time with you. It's a different energy. So you're moving into a phase where you're going to start working on mastering that sense of self and separate from others, which is, we've talked about this, but this is what the whole second year of the school is all about. So I look forward to seeing the shift in you even more this year. That'll be cool. All right, Cindy Lynn. Your card is Earth Angel. So Earth Angel comes to us when we have been given a friend or a loved one who is really here to remind us of that angelic energy, that unconditional love and support and kindness, that person who shows up for us whenever we need it, and to guide us on our spiritual journey in our own ways. Sometimes it's even our children or our pets, because they show us how to remember, how to find joy and love in everyday situations. And so acknowledge that person and offer them gratitude for how they guide and help your life and help you feel full, just like any member of your spiritual team. We each have our soul connection, our soul teammates who are here to sort of help us move along our spiritual path. And somebody has signed up for a job like that really close to you. So just like we thank our spiritual team for showing up and helping us, showing somebody else the appreciation for all that person can do. My mom was here, brought a friend here today to have some healing work done on an 80-year-old woman who was having some stuff going on, and who knew enough to ask my mom, if she could drive her to come see me. And so, and my mom was like, of course I'll drive you, because a woman really shouldn't be driving. And so my mom drove her here, and she loved a necklace. One of Julie's necklaces, by the way, in my waiting room. And So the woman bought my mom the necklace as a thank you because she's like, you do so much for me all the time and ask for nothing in return. And so here is my way of saying thank you. So that kind of thing. It doesn't have to be bought, but it can just be said and expressed. All right. All right, Adrian. Your card is contribution. So part of our self-worth is when we feel valued. And so it doesn't have to be about money, you know, like you go out to dinner and everybody pays half or whatever. Your contribution can be something different. So, you know, if, for example, you know, there was a point in time where we've had different people live with us through the years. I went through a period where we collected strays in a way. So when my brother-in-law was living here for a little while, he was out of a job. He didn't have a job, but he was living here. So he would do things like he did the dishes, or he would do the laundry, or take the trash out, or just like little things that were so nice to come home to, you know, cleaned the bathroom. And it was like, it allowed him to feel good about giving back so that we didn't have to use that time that way. And so we all have something to contribute, whether it's our own ideas, our own thoughts, our own help, giving a helping hand when we can. That's our contribution. So this is a time for you to remember that there are ways to give back that you maybe haven't thought of. And so, you know, maybe meditate on that and ask your spiritual team, how can I make a contribution? How can I give back for what I'm receiving? Cool. All right, Neshi. Neshi, nice. This goes along with your cards that you drew this morning. So your card is New Beginning. So you're entering a phase, this new beginning, this new growth, this new expansion, which is so cool, this new energy unfolding. You'll look back on this and be like, that's when I started the new chapter, of my life, this new segment, this new version. And so, I mean, you guys are doing cool construction at Star Nations. And so maybe that's part of the new energy and the new beginnings, making space for more classes to be held up there in person, which will be cool. But it can be a whole bunch of different things. So use this new energy that's coming up, and that's gathering, I guess is the best word. That's gathering together to create some cool new stuff. I see a lot of smiling. That's really what I see. So I see a lot of joy and happiness. So this sounds perfect for you. Great. Thank you for sharing the show, Shelly. Oh, yep. This is how you go to watch our archive shows, is the youtube.com, Star Nations Radio 8, the playlist. So that's where you'll find us, because you can always watch this later. Nice. All right, Karen. Karen, yours is strategy for that knowledgeable achiever. So this is picking the big goal and then finding all the steps to get there. So, you know, when we create a plan of action, that allows us to keep moving toward a big dream. So I know you have the big dream of owning the horse farm, where you do healing for the horses, but it's also for the humans, and for the horses to heal the humans, and all of that, which is this, you know, beautiful, lovely dream. And so as part of that, it's like, okay, this is the vision of the space I need, and this is, how many acres and all of that. So what are the things that are going to get you there? Well, you're going to need a realtor at some point. You're going to need to have looked at banks and financing options. You're going to need a certain amount in the bank. You're going to need a website, which can be done pretty easily with ahead of time before you don't have to publish it. You can create it, or buying the name that you want. So doing things that are proactively stepping toward your dream is solidifying to the universe that this is what you want and this is how you want it. And so this is sort of creating a long-term plan, like a 1 year, a 3 year, a 5 year kind of plan. And you're somebody who's really good at those details and can, maybe work your way. Sometimes it's easier to see the big goal and work your way back to the present, because when things get rolling, we can go into overwhelm, and we want to stay on the road and going quickly when we have the momentum. So if we take care of some stuff in the beginning that can be done ahead of time, for me, when I opened the school, I bought healing tables and chairs and supplies. Even though I didn't know how many students were coming, I knew that how many students could be held physically in the building at once, and I worked my way back from there. So you can try that, but start creating a strategy for that. Hello, Jacqueline. All right, Lynette. Your card, sweetie, is blessing. So this is to remind you, number one, that you are a blessing. You are here to help someone else, and you are here to help the planet in your particular way. So don't ever forget the divine being that you are, and that you are here to shine your light for other people to see. Because sometimes we get caught up in that, pity party and poor me, but we forget that we have this beautiful spark inside that, when we don't shine it, somebody else is left in darkness. So remember that you are a blessing, and be mindful that the divine is sending you a blessing, and it might be in the form of another person to give you a helping hand, or it may be a new thing unfolding that you've always wanted but never dreamed could actually happen. And these are the things that miracles are made of. When we just have faith, and when we honor that the divine is able to bring us infinite possibilities, then the blessings can happen sooner and faster and over and over. So don't forget your divine spark, because that's really important. But look for the blessings that are on the way. All right, Michelle. Your card is everlasting life. This card usually comes as a reminder when we've been dealing with health issues or death and dying kind of things around us. And it's a reminder that we are divine, and that, the physical body only has a particular amount of time that we are in it, in this lifetime, but that we continue on, our spirit continues on, and there is no end to the journey. It's just changes shape and it changes form, but it's not done and not over. So reminding yourself that even when we go through things, emotional or health issues, that underneath it all, we're a divine being having a human experience. We wanted to play this way. We wanted to see what it was like to be in such a limited state. Because when things are endless, then they're just endless, So this was a way for us to experience our divinity. And so don't forget who you are really inside, that beautiful divine spark. Hi, Donna. I don't think I've seen you in a while. Nice to see you. Minnie. Minnie. Transformation. Cool beans. So transformation is what you've been doing, huh? You're shifting and you're changing and you're moving into new places and you're becoming more and more you. You're releasing those things that no longer work from you and the people that no longer resonate with you. And it can be sad in the moment that we have to let somebody go. But, resistance to that, when it's no longer working, it creates pain for everybody around. So taking all of that old resistance and transforming it and transmuting it into the new Minnie who's like excited about nature and all of the beautiful wonders that are there, all the animals and the trees and the beautiful flowers and the sacred places that you get to discover and share with other people. That's all part of this new expanded version of you. And they're all your loves. You've had them for a long time, but there's like a fullness to them now. So you're stepping into a fuller, brighter version of you. And that's so cool to see. Oh, you are so welcome. Good. Yes, rain often happens when we're doing this work. It's cleansing. Yes, so if anybody needs any of my services or would like any of the healing blends, they're available on trinityhealingsanctuaries.com. You can always message me there for assistance, or you can also message me through the Chakra Sessions fan page. Nice, Deb. Let's see what's in store for you. I'm so excited for you. So you are in the contemplation card. Nice. So this is a time for you to get quiet. And you know how to do that, like supremely, superbly. And it's time for you to really go within and really listen to your inner wisdom. And contemplation is when we have something something, I guess is the best way to describe it. Something that's needing to shift, something that's needing to change. And so we're trying to figure out how to shift it. So rather than spinning in your brain about, well, how do I do that? And and spinning, it's time to just get quiet and ask the divine to come in and show you different options and opportunities for creating some movement and some change in your life. Because this feels like there's some stuck energy for you. And in the stuckness, we get cranky. And so it's time to get uncranky. And to do that, we need to get quiet. And when we get quiet, we can sit and we can listen and we can reflect on our choices and the opportunities that may be around and make our choices to take action from a heart-centered place. Because if we don't stop and do the contemplation, as the energy builds and builds, we end up taking action from a reaction, which is when we're acting from a triggered defensive place rather than from our heart center. And I know with your gorgeous heart center, that's where you want to take action from. So step back into the contemplation and really allow that to unfold. I'm seeing a couple days of like meditating and yoga and quietness, because you do best with quiet, to be able to hear yourself and spirit. All right, Jacqueline. Your card, Jacqueline, is trust. Trust can be a big one for us because we're brought up in a society where we're taught to lie from the very beginning. And we do it every single day. When somebody asks you how you're doing and you say, fine, you hardly ever mean it. Or, you know, how are you doing? You say at the grocery store and you're like, fine. They don't want to necessarily hear the truth, right? And so this is all about you finding your inner compass and feeling out how you check in with your own integrity and with other people's integrity. Because there is an energy that we know when somebody's being in their truth. And then when they're in their truth, it allows us to expand into a state of trust. This is also has a lot to do with you, my dear. When we second guess ourselves and we ask other people's opinions about everything, we're not trusting our own inner guidance system. So listen to yourself first. If you feel the need for validation, reach out to only those people who you know will be in their truth space, that you truly can trust to speak from their heart. Because we often reach out to people who we know are going to be negative and talk us out of something. So listen to your own inner truth and learn to trust your own intuition over everybody else's, because you are the only one who can truly feel and be you. Okay? All right. Yes, Crystal, we are working on that. Not my full school being online, but sort of like a mini version. I have an online class that will be starting for sure in January, called Jumpstart. That's like a mini version of the school. But we are working on that because that has been a recurring theme that we need to reach more people, and online seems to be the way to go. So we're working on that, sweetie, sooner than later. You guys are very welcome. Hi, Miguel. Oh, thank you, Shelly, for sending your oceanic wave of love to me and everybody on here. Nice. All right, Miguel, let's see this card. Your card is gratitude. Perfect. So when good things happen, we sometimes forget to say thank you to our spiritual team. Say thank you to your guides. You know, if I get a good parking space, I'm like, thank you, goddess. Because I have a parking goddess for sure. Or when I get, 5 green lights in a row. But also remembering to do it for those little things, because when our heart is in a space of gratitude, then the universe sends us even more. So saying thank you for those little things, like being able to get through the grocery store line quickly, or that, the meeting that you had to attend at work went quicker than you expected. Thank you for allowing the meeting to wrap up quickly so I could move forward in my day. Like taking those moments of gratitude. A really cool practice is that at the end of each day, making a gratitude list of things that you were thankful for that day. And maybe start with 5 things or 10 things. Because even when you've had a rough day, there were still things that we can be grateful for. I'm grateful for how wonderful my coffee tasted this morning. I am grateful for, warm clothes or dry clothes if it's been raining. just think of things that you can express your gratitude for, and then more glorious things are going to start to enter your life and really shift and change for you. So very cool. I'm glad you joined us for the show today. Nice to see you. Mark, you're in need of guidance. So I will pull a card for you first, and I encourage you to message me, because I do offer private services in case you need some extra help. So your card, sweetie, is creation. So the creation card is that you are in charge of what you create in your life. So when you have crap, sorry for the word, but it's the only thing that is coming up. When you have crap going on in your life, somehow you needed crap to go on in your life. If nothing else, for you to go, I can't stand this anymore and I want something different. And so when we go through these times, we get to start all over again. We get to create something different. I went through a really rough fall and had some really horrendous things blow up for me in my business, in my life, in my school. Like, it hit me on all sides. And there were so many opportunities for me to create change, to create new boundaries, and what was clear on what I wanted in my life. And I got really clear and how to ask the universe, this is what I want. This is how much, time I want to work. This is how much money I want. This is how much, playtime I want in my life. And you get to create it. So this is a time where it may feel very chaotic, but this is because you haven't honed in your focus on your creative juices on what you would like to unfold for you in your life. So try to start creating a narrower focus. Get more detailed and more clear so the universe knows what to send you. Because sometimes we say, I want my own mode of transportation. And you're thinking, a good, reliable SUV with four-wheel drive. But you asked for reliable transportation and you end up with an elephant. Well, an elephant is reliable transportation in certain parts of the world, right? Not what you wanted. So hone down and focus, and you are in charge of your creation. So nice. All right. Nice, you guys. Michelle, when you get that 2 times in a row, that's always big medicine, so pay attention. Thank you, Shelly. Love that. And I believe that's it for this evening. Very cool. So this is it, guys. If you have anything that you need, reach out to me. If you're watching this in the archives, just say yes, please, in the comments. I will get back to you. Just know that this weekend I'm away, but I will be checking in, and I'll bring my cards with me so that I can give you a card if you need one. Check me out next week. On Tuesday, I will be here for chakra sessions. We will be doing a lot of individual work on the chakras. I'm not sure the topic yet. My spiritual team hasn't given it to me. Usually they give it to me Thursday morning, tends to be the day. And next week, I'll be back here for Soul Connections at 7 p.m. If you are in the vicinity of Massachusetts, we have a ton of things going on at the Trinity Healing Sanctuary next weekend. We have this fabulous woman named Myra Astorga. I always get her last name wrong. Sorry, Myra. Who channels and connects to who we are, which is a really cool thing. And we have Felicia Rose, who's all the way from Florida, who is releasing her new healing soundtrack with Sanskrit and English. And just coming, you get a free CD of her new soundtrack. And then on Sunday, it's our full moon and our healer share, as well as Mystical Healing 101, an open house for our school from 2 to 5. So check out the Trinity Healing Sanctuary page, and I will share with you. And with that, you guys have a fab. Oh, and tomorrow night, sorry, I almost forgot. Don't forget to check out Neshi and Minnie, their show at 8 o'clock Eastern. It's all about Ireland tomorrow night, and I'm so excited because Ireland was like one of my favorite places to visit. So, love you guys, and I will see you next time. Have a great one.